Hi, I'm Rose Sherlock and I play for Naomh Éanna in Glengormley.
Hi, I'm Neeson from St Mary's Ahoghill.
Hi, I'm Beth Courtney from St Bridget's, and we are participants of the Dermot Earley Youth Leadership Initiative in County Antrim. In this video, we're going to be talking about the impact on teenagers' mental health due to the effects of the COVID-19 outbreak on our education. Our guest speaker, Peter Canavan, will also be giving his point of view.
The COVID-19 pandemic has put normal life on hold worldwide. For the first time in history, there has been an almost entire international closure of schools and universities, which has caused unprecedented challenges for all involved, from the students themselves to their teachers and their parents. 90% of enrolled learners worldwide are now out of education. Classrooms have been traded for kitchen tables, teachers have been replaced for iPads and uniforms substituted for pyjamas as classroom-based learning moves online. As much as we can complain about school and have occasionally wished for the unexpected day off, how has an unexpected 4 months really affected us? School provides us with routine, a place we can see our friends daily, and a place we can challenge ourselves intellectually, and now our lives have been left with very little support and very little structure.
School closures have left us having to deal with the uneasiness of exam cancellations. Being stuck inside for several months, online learning, and without the support system school provided us with, such as the counselling services and free school meals. Understandably, this has triggered many teens' mental health issues, such as anxiety, OCD, and depression.
In a survey by the mental health charity Young Minds, which included 2,111 participants up to the age of 25 with mental illness stories in the UK, 83% of the pandemic has made their conditions worse. 26% say that they were unable to access mental health support. Peer support groups and face-to-face services have been cancelled. And support by phone or online can be challenging for many young people. To give his point of view on how students are coping is Peter Canavan, 6-time All-Star and the first person to captain Tyrone to an All-Ireland final, BBC Northern Ireland Sports Personality of the Year and PE teacher.
Peter Canavan here. Thanks for asking me to be guest speaker with your Dermot Earley Youth Leadership programme. That's a very good initiative, and I hope that you and your classmates there are gaining plenty from it. It's good to see so many taking part in it, so the best luck with that. You've asked me a few questions regarding the lockdown and the effect that it may have on students. I'm currently a teacher in Holy Trinity College in Cookstown. So I also have a 5th year son, Rory, who was to have done his GCSEs this year. So it's, I suppose I'm well placed to give my opinion on a few things. I think that depends on the feedback that the student has been getting from his teachers and from the school. I know, again, in my own case here with Rory, it hasn't affected him too badly, to be honest, because he did okay. He did well in his mocks, and he's pretty confident. He's been well informed by all his teachers of what he should be getting. So it's had the opposite effect. He's been in great form because he's not going to have to sit his exams. So he's delighted with that, and he's hoping to return. He's expecting to return to sit his A levels in September. In some cases, pupils may not be as confident, and you would like to think that teachers will be straight up and honest with pupils and inform them what they're going to be getting, so that whenever the results do land on their lap, that it'll not be a shock to them. So there's a bit of uncertainty, but look, no more so than you would be waiting on your results any year. It's always a very anxious time for students waiting on the results. So it's no different here. Initially, my same answer, it depends. It depends on what the quality of teaching was in that particular subject, in that particular classroom, with that particular teaching. So if you can imagine that everybody in the class was buying into what the teacher was doing, they're on task, they're motivated, then that's a great learning environment. The opposite of that is that there's teaching going on with a big group, and maybe everybody's not on task, everybody's not motivated, and some pupils are struggling to grasp what is going on, and they're not learning to their full potential. So in that case, if your environment at home for the online learning is good, there's peace, there's no distractions, then there's the possibility that the online learning may be of more benefit to you. So the opposite of that is the learning environment at home is not good. Maybe you struggle with online in terms of resources, in terms of the quality of Wi-Fi. Maybe there's a lot of noise going on and a lot of distraction going on at home. And if that is the case, then obviously that pupil is going to struggle and is not going to get on as well as he would normally be when he's at school. So again, a wee bit like the first answer, it depends on the set of circumstances. Again, the answer, it depends. It depends on each individual's circumstances that pertains to them in terms of their relationships, where they live, were they able to get out? Is there a family connection there that's very supportive? And I would like to think in my own case here that Rory, with his brothers and sisters and with the help that he's got here at home, that he's in a very good position mentally, and there's a balance to what he's able to do. Yes, he has to spend time regarding his books and his study, but he also needs recreation. He also physically he's got to be challenged as well. We're not so bad in that he can get out outside here. We live in the country. There's plenty of space around him, so he was able to take part in various physical activities within the confines of our home. So again, that may not be the case with a lot of other young boys and girls, and I can imagine, especially living in a very built up area, if you feel confined and you're not getting that chance to let off a bit of steam, then physically, mentally and socially you will not be in a good place. So again, it differs for everybody, and in some cases I would be concerned for the welfare of youngsters.
From my own personal experience of being a lower 6 student who was supposed to sit 4 ISs this year, I can't say that the exam cancellations have necessarily had a negative impact on my mental health, as I do get very stressed around exams and do suffer from a bit of exam time anxiety. So the exam cancellations have given me a break in between my GCSEs and A-levels just to really reset. However, I do feel a bit uneasy about predictive grades, just as I would with any set of results.
For me, receiving predicted grades causes unease in pupils because some pupils may perform better in the actual GCSE rather than in mocks or class tests. However, I understand that it's the most accurate way to still receive grades, as if we were to do them during the summer, some pupils wouldn't perform as well, and a lack of effort would result in poor grades.
Over the past couple months, I've been able to learn things I don't think I would get the chance to learn if I was still in school. Saying that, isolation has also been a great chance for me to research more about universities and have a deeper think about what I want to do with my future. The teachers have been such a great help and support, both mentally and educationally. My studies have continued, and I've looked onto the A2 courses now for my subject choices. With everything that's happening, it's really important that the teachers support the students and that the students don't take that for granted. I have found that my own school has been very supportive and nurturing during these difficult and unpredictable times. I believe that they have done everything they can do in order to support me and my classmates. Receiving the predicted grades is quite scary. Personally, I've always been the type to pull the cat out of the bag at the last minute, and so being unable to do that is causing me a lot of stress and anxiety. However, I believe that thanks to the support and care and nurture of my teachers that I'll be alright. I've been able to look on the positive side of lockdown, and I've picked up new skills and new hobbies. I've made a better relationship with my family, and I've missed my friends.
Learning to cope without the support system and routine that school has provided for us throughout our life is extremely difficult, not to mention the feeling of uneasiness we may have due to predictive grades, or the feeling that our whole year of work has went to waste. These feelings may trigger some mental health problems, such as general anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, OCD, or depression. Here are a few ways that we can help prevent those triggers.
There are many methods to reduce anxiety, such as practicing mindfulness. We can do this through meditation, yoga, colouring in, or taking a relaxing bath. Getting active will also help as it releases the hormone endorphins, which reduces stress and anxiety, improves sleep, and boosts self-confidence. We can also identify our triggers. If we identify our triggers, we can identify how to control them and how to prevent increases in anxiety. We could also use breathing techniques such as the 4-7-8 breathing technique. We breathe in and out. You breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and breathe out for 8 seconds and repeat. We could also take an internet detox. As everything we read at the minute about the pandemic can be overwhelming and cause stress, we don't know what to believe about the theories and what may or may not happen. We should take a short break from the social media and news sites that we use in order to process the information we have been given.
As life slowly starts to return to a new normal and the world gradually reopens, many of us will feel a sense of anxiety towards returning to society. After being in social isolation for so long, going back to school might impact some teens' mental health negatively. It may trigger social anxiety as people have to become attuned to being themselves around others, or obsessive compulsive disorder due to the fear of being infected. Here are a few helplines for help and guidance on dealing with these feelings and just someone to talk to. Some of these include Anxiety UK, OCD Action, and Samaritans UK.